Hello everyone. So in this video, let us do something with Inkscape. Now I have been working on a lot of graphics these days because I'm doing some work. I was doing some work on my website and I was basically building all the graphics myself. And I was of course using Inkscape. So today I thought I'll probably share a very small but extremely useful thing with all of you, and that is to create circular images. Now, when you're looking at a website, let me open, just my company website, and I'll show you one page. Sometimes you want to show images like this, in a circle. Now, by the way, you can actually do these things using CSS as well, but if you are, let us say, uploading the images somewhere, maybe on online platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter, or whatever networking site you might be using, you need sometimes to actually have an image which is circular. So this can be of course done using a lot of tools, but I thought I'll probably show you how to do it using Inkscape. I don't know why I keep saying Inkspace, but it is Inkscape. I hope so. So let us do that. And for doing this, I think I first need an image. So let me insert an image, and I'll probably just import one image, maybe from my Pics directory. So I guess I'll probably use this image. I look really good in this image, and I quite like this image of mine. So this is a nice image, and I want a circle around it. So for doing that, I will basically use this create circle option and press Control, and maybe press Control with Shift. So you will be able to create a circle. So you can do that. And once you do this, just try to place it maybe below it. So you can press, page up or page down. Just try to see the size of the circle. I think the size is fine. So let us just move the image for maybe on the right hand side for timing. So this image is fine, but what I want to do is I want to add a border. So I want to basically use a fill and a stroke option here. Then go to the stroke paint and then select maybe black, but I'll probably use not black. I'll probably use my own color, which is 33000, which is my brown. And by the way, if you just one small trick, if you're like me who is dealing with hex values quite a lot, you can actually use a D menu. So if you're using D menu, you can actually store, you can create a file called colors.txt where you can store all the hex values. And if you press a shortcut on your keyboard, I mean, of course you have to configure it. So basically you can see here that I have all my colors. And if I want to maybe just get my Ravi Sagar color, I can type Ravi. And if I press enter, it will basically copy this 330000 for me on the clipboard, which I can use anywhere I want. But anyways, let us go back to Inkscape. So this is the image, and what I want, I basically don't really want this blue color. So I can select here none, and this is now looking good. So let us now place the image, or maybe try to align the image on this particular circle. Right now there is no, there is a background, but you can also use something like GIMP to remove the background. So let me just increase the size. You can press Control Shift and then try to increase the size. So basically I want this image to make sure, I want this image to fill the fill the circle completely. So I think this looks good. And what we need to do now at this stage, don't just you don't have to do it, but I prefer having a border. So what I'll do, I'll create a copy of this circle, which you can do by pressing Control D, and you can maybe drag it somewhere, keep it safe somewhere, and then select your circle and your image. You can press Shift. So make sure both the objects are selected. Image is not an object, but yeah, make sure both are selected. Then go to the option on top called object, and then clip, and then set. So once you do this, you will basically have an image which is like clipped, and it will of course be nothing but a circle. Of course, it's a PNG file. When you export it, you have to make sure that it is in a PNG format, so that you don't really have, I mean, there is a transparency around this, but this image is of course rectangular image. Images are rectangular. Anyways, so let us select both the image and the previously copied circle. And if I press Ctrl Shift A, by the way, I mean, I'm doing these shortcuts, but usually you will find these options somewhere on the edit. For example, for Ctrl Shift A, basically you are trying to select the objects that you want to align. So you will find basically these options here on top. So for Ctrl Shift A, we are basically trying to align the objects. And basically we want to open this align and distribute option. So when you open this, make sure this is set to relative to selection area, and click on this center on vertical axis and then center on horizontal axis, and then you will have this wonderful image that you can select. I mean, you can select both of them together and then click on the group, and then if you want to press Ctrl Shift E, or you can actually do this, right click, and or not really right click, but go to the file and then go to the export PNG. So when you go to the export PNG option, you can actually see here that you can export this. I mean, select the size here. Maybe something like, I think 111 pixel is a bit small. Maybe something like, maybe 400. And maybe I want to export it in my desktop. Because why not? So export, let me just rename it, okay, Ravi test circle, and this looks good, .png, and export. So this is fine, and if I open my image, I can see this wonderful, beautiful image, and it looks really good, by the way. And this is of course a simple way of doing these wonderful things using Inkscape, which is a really amazing piece of software. And that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you. Thank you very much.